Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to your NXT Takeover New York preview and predictions. We have got 5 matches on this show, but I feel like if they added any more, it would just be muddying the waters because this card is perfect. Normally I say stacked. Normally I say, oh man, this card looks stacked. Stacked is doing this card injustice. There is not a weak or even a barely above average match on this show. All 5 of these matches have potential match of the year contender written all over them. John, I already know how stoked you are, but just in case anyone in the audience might have a little bit of their doubt, fill them in.
Oh, of course, brother, of course. You know, it's funny because I knew you were going to use a P word, but the one that I was thinking of looking at this card is pristine, brother.
Yeah, and I just realized I missed an opportunity for a pun there. I could have said, be like a light bulb and fill them in.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, man, like, I agree with you. Like, this show, God, there's so much to say about it, even in the preliminary remarks. This show has so much going for it in that, like you said, there is no wasted match here. Like,
not
every match... Not a single one. Every match matters. Every match is substantive. It's a small card size. I cannot tell you. One of the best things that NXT does in all of the WWE today is small card sizes. I wish we could do this more. I really do. Because, I mean, God knows WrestleMania won't be that. We've got, what, 18 matches on Sunday?
Yeah, dude, yeah. WrestleMania and TakeOver are such polar opposites. It's actually hard to even believe they're produced by the same company.
Dude, like, the WrestleMania card is over 3 times the size of this. Like, Jesus.
And to be fair, its runtime is probably going to be at least 3 times the length of this one as well.
Yeah, yeah. And you know what? Chiefin took the words right out of my mouth. You know, I always like to give the hype levels. This is the easiest 10 I've ever had to give, dude.
Yeah.
Like, normally I think...
I was even getting ready to be like, dude, I'm at an 11, brother. But yeah. This is 10 for sure.
Yeah, like, I mean, normally I'm like, oh, well, maybe I could go up half a point with the percentage. And no, like, there's no math needed. There's no hem-hawing. This is a fucking 10. And like you said, like, that's just from that barometer. If you put me at 1 to 100, I'm 100. Like, this card is just fucking everything we hope for WWE wrestling to be. And it's fucking amazing. I cannot wait for this show. And more importantly, I can't wait to analyze this show with you. So unless you have any other preliminary remarks, which feel free to make as many as you want, I'm ready to dive into this with you and really just unpack these matches, dude.
Fuck preliminaries. Let's get into this first match. Dunne Walter UK title. Let's do it.
You guys already know a lot of what I think really sells this match. I love that Walter is a legitimate obstacle and attraction. I mean, this dude... I mean, Ashton, I'm pretty sure you're going to assent to a lot of my points here, but I never want to make that assumption and not give you a chance to talk. Would you say that Walter has presence? I would say he has a fuck ton of presence.
I mean, hell the fuck yeah, he has presence.
Yeah, exactly. This guy has presence. He has that allure of, like, how is he going to murder this guy tonight? And, you know, like, the way he just carries himself. Like, I love wrestlers, and I've said this before, I love wrestlers that can make a rudimentary maneuver or hold like a highlight of their overall offense. Like, you know, with Chris Masters, it was the full Nelson. With Walter, it's the fucking chop. And I love it. Like, before I used to think, like, oh yeah, Ric Flair owns the chop. And I guess in Japan, you could say that Marufuji still owns the chop. But in the UK scene, and perhaps even more broadly, because his name really has grown over the years, it's the Walter era with these fucking chops.
Absolutely.
And so this guy is, to me, I'm not going to mince words, the perfect challenger. And why is he the perfect challenger? I would
even go as far as to say he's the perfect person to take the title off of Dunne.
Yes.
The way that they built up Dunne, like, you just can't imagine anybody who had already been previously established on the NXT UK roster being able to beat Dunne. So they had to bring in someone new with the size and presence of a Walter. To me, and this is already giving it away since we're here where I preview predictions, I have Walter winning this, and I can't imagine anyone else doing it.
And, you know, that's the thing, brother. You took the words right out of my mouth because I was going to say on the opposite end, Dunne has been such a legitimate champion. Yeah. I mean, I think it's 684 days officially as United Kingdom champion.
As of today, yes. It'll be
as of today.
tomorrow.
Yeah, dude. Like, can we just say, if it all ends tomorrow, what a fucking run by Dunne, especially because it wasn't like a Brock Lesnar-esque run. Like, he defended that shit regularly.
Yeah.
And we were here for a lot of the title defenses. Like, it's nuts.
And it's not even just that he defended it on takeovers, too. We've seen him defend that thing on NXT TV multiple times. We've seen him defend it on NXT UK TV multiple times. Plus, he did the UK takeover. Like, Dunne has been an absolute workhorse with that title.
I mean, he even had a few injury scares along the way, but that's almost what, like, if I'm to be perfectly honest, in terms of performer, I honestly don't care, like, who wins this, because I'm a big fan of Dunne and I'm a big fan of Walter. But in terms of stories and, like, moving the product along, I almost feel like Walter should win, because I feel like every day that you keep the title on Dunne, especially when he's reached, like, the stratosphere of title reigns, you risk him not necessarily pulling a Ciampa, but, you know, in that vein where he'll have to vacate the title. I'm really tired of long-standing champions have to vacate the championship. It is going to be so cathartic if Walter beats him to see a title reign properly ended that went on for a long period of time. That said, what makes Dunne so dangerous is, again, that he has been champion for 684 days, and I could believe he could do it for 684 more days with how NXT UK is. I'm almost tempted to go Dunne, to be honest. I really am. But I think I'm going to join you, and I'm going to say Walter will be the third ever United Kingdom champion. And I will say this, too, since I was really looking forward to doing this with you today, and I thought we were going to take our fucking time because this is an amazing card and it deserves care. When Walter wins it, God help anyone that thinks they can end that reign, because he'll be another Pete Dunne, and he may even go further than Dunne.
Yeah, I was even going to say that, too. I was even going to say I feel like there's a chance Walter holds the title even longer than Dunne has.
Yeah, because, like, and I think you said it best. I mean, I'm not quoting you exactly here, but you said, like, whoever the next major signee would be for NXT UK, like if it was a Skrull or an Ospreay or a ZSJ, that would be the person to beat Walter. That is essentially
exactly.
What you said. Yep. Yeah. So we're both in agreement, Walter. And dude, honestly, given again, and I said this on NXT Live Reactions just last night, how straightforward and simple this story is. It's the behemoth in Walter versus the I guess the immovable object, because that reign just hasn't been stopped. Its momentum keeps going. And Pete Dunne, just the straightforward narrative, this could easily be match of the night. And I know you've been saying the same thing. Like, I am so fucking stoked for this. Get ready for a hard-hitting fight, folks. This is going to be something else. I can't wait. Oh, my God.
This is like, low-key, if no other match on this card delivers, this is a match of the year candidate in and of itself. Like, this straight up is... seriously, if this does not have the kind of match quality that we got from Dunne Bate at TakeOver Chicago the first time around, I will be shocked.
I mean, dude, I'm already visualizing a spot in my head where, like, Dunne's eating a shit ton of chops, but he catches a chop from Walter at one point and he breaks his fingers.
Breaks the fingers, yeah.
Like, dude, oh my God. The visual of him getting Walter up for a bitter end. Oh my God. Like, dude.
Yeah, and the thing is, I bet you he's going to hit it and Walter's going to kick out of it the first time.
Yeah.
They're going to do this big build up throughout the match where he keeps going for it, but Walter just powers through it. And then he's finally going to hit it and Walter's still going to kick out.
If you really wanted to make Walter a beast, now I'm not out to like bury Pete Dunne, but given how they treated Joe Coffey at the first NXT UK takeover, which I thought was fucking ridiculous, I'd almost have Walter kick out at one. Like, just have
I knew you were going to go there, but I don't know.
Yeah, I don't. It really depends on at what point in the match he does hit bitter end. I will say that. But yeah, dude, they can do so much. There's so much passion for possibility here. I can't wait. So we're both picking Walter to win, and that could be just match of the year contender right out of the fucking gate.
Yeah.
What's our next matchup, brother?
Next match, yet another potential match of the year contender, War Raiders versus Aleister Black and Ricochet. And this, I believe, is going to be Black and Ricochet's last night in NXT. So they're going to be going balls the fuck out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they are. Jesus Christ. You know what, dude? I talked a lot about the first bout. You go first here about your hype, about how it's all come together.
Well, the thing is, we've already seen, like, apparently Black and Ricochet had sort of a farewell promo on a house show for NXT. Imagine what they're going to do for their last official match in NXT. And I do, just again, being transparent, I do expect War Raiders to retain here 100%. But then Black and Ricochet could very easily 2 days later go to WrestleMania and win the SmackDown tag titles from the Usos. Like, that's entirely within the realm of possibility. That's totally within the play, in the playing cards. And I wouldn't be surprised by it at all. You know, I wouldn't skip a breath. I wouldn't skip a beat. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. War Raiders are so good. And like, I feel like we don't see enough of War Raiders. I want to see more of them. It kind of, I don't want to compare them to the Ascension because as far as a talent perspective goes, they're leaps and bounds better than the Ascension ever were. But just from a booking standpoint, the way that they've kind of been booked as so dominant that there's like no one that can handle them, and they get put against like random jobber types, and we don't see them very often. Like, it's kind of got some of the Ascension title run stank on it. I just want to see them more often because I love these guys, and they're both so entertaining. And even like, I think Rowe especially is really good on the mic, and yet we see them maybe once a month, if that, it feels like. So really going forward, I just want to see more of War Raiders while they are the champions, because again, I do have them retaining here. Black and Ricochet, though, I mean, this match is going to be incredible. I don't know if this will be as good as like the Revival DIY Alpha matches that we were getting for a while, but it could give them a run for their money.
You know, okay, so you are picking War Raiders to retain. Let me just get right out of the way, because I think I'm just going to start doing prediction first and then just my fandom breakdown. I do agree with you. War Raiders are going to retain here. For me, this match is very special because we just got out of, for now, the era of Undisputed Era as it relates to Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong.
So you're saying we just got out of the Undisputed Era?
Yes, tag team wise. And we may go back to it. I don't know. But
we're going back to it in the main event, brother.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you fucking know it. But you know, getting back on a serious track here, that I was a huge fan of O'Reilly and Strong as a team. And I love their tag matches. Like, to me, their tag title matches had the energy of Revival matches. Like, I love them.
That, like, frantic pace. Yeah.
Yes.
Totally, yeah.
Yes. Now, I don't expect the War Raiders to be that, so it would be uncharitable of me watching a War Raiders match and thinking I'm getting a Kyle O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, like, tag match. That's not fair.
You know what, though, dude? To be fair, I mean, they're not like the ridiculous fast-paced guys like them, but they still have that work rate about them.
Oh, they do. Oh, they absolutely do. I'm just looking for them to make their own template for what their quality of tag match is going to be as tag champions. Because, like you've had, it's funny, Ashton, because you've had your concerns about the future of the NXT Women's Championship, which we're going to talk about that match in a little bit, because you say, like, you're used to your NXT TakeOver, like, women's championship matches to be of high quality, like almost like PWG quality, stuff like that.
Yes.
I've gotten to be the same way with my NXT tag team titles. So I totally get where you're coming from. And I'm not saying War Raiders can't deliver. I'm just thinking long term, I wonder if they're going to be on par with the Revival tag title reign and O'Reilly Strong tag title reign. Now, I personally think they will be. Again, like you said on live reactions, we've been watching these guys pretty much ever since they came together. We know how good they are. I think this match is going to be fucking insane, but I think it's also going to be in large part because of the challengers. Like Ricochet, the dude's probably the most phenomenal performer, like in terms of like what he can do in that ring going today. And Aleister,
yeah, I mean, Keith Lee's limitless, but in a more literal sense, I think Ricochet might literally have no ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. And Aleister Black, man, I mean, his striking game is just so fun to watch. I mean, even just him hitting that jumping knee that he hits, like that, almost like a jumping knee Black Mass, right? Just fucking insane. Like, I can't wait to see guys the size of Hanson and Rowe eating those strikes and coming for more, or being toppled like Redwood. Either visual is going to be fucking amazing. This is going to be awesome. I am, again, you're going to be hearing that a lot from me, and I'm sure from Ashton as well, because again, not a bad match on this card, but this is going to be a great start to the tag title reign of War Raiders, because I do think that this is their first defense, and if it isn't their first defense, it's definitely their first defense at a takeover. Yeah, and this is an amazing way to start. Amazing.
Yeah, because after they won the titles, and then they won. Wait, when did they win the titles? Do you remember? No, they won the. Did they win the titles at Takeover Phoenix?
I think they did. Yeah.
So this is the first takeover after, because dude, there hasn't been a takeover since Phoenix. It's been almost 3 months.
Yeah. Damn. Yeah. So this is a major test for these guys, because again, like you said, they show up quite infrequently, and we know they can show out. I mean, that's not a question. But now, like, if you're going to show up infrequently, that to me kind of tells me that NXT perceives them to be an attraction tag team. Now's the time to really go out and prove it with other guys that I could rightly consider as like an attraction. Like if I was at a Raw or an NXT and I saw, oh shit, Aleister and Ricochet are here, fuck yeah. Like that's the shit that gets you hyped. All 4 of these guys are going to kill it. I can't wait. I think they've got a lot to live up to because, again, I've grown very protective and very loving of the NXT tag division because I've seen the O'Reilly and Strong era. I've seen the Revival era. I've seen DIY, and you have too. And I just hope they continue that tradition strongly. And I say again, with you, War Raiders retain.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing.
War Raiders are really exceptional, and honestly, I would love it if we would get a new team as challengers. Like Black and Ricochet new maybe, but I mean new, like new as in like a team that's never even been in any kind of championship contention. Like, you know, like maybe like Carrillo and who was the Stacey Irvin Jr. left. So it would have to be Carrillo and Mendoza. But like something along those lines, like a new tag team. Or maybe like ACH and Trevor Lee or something like that.
Yes, dude.
Some new blood, man. I really hope we see one or both of those guys in the crowd at this takeover, as a matter of fact.
That'd be so fucking cool. Because I guarantee you, whoever beats the War Raiders, it'll probably, it's funny you even mentioned the Ascension because Kalisto and Sin Cara were who beat the Ascension. They were kind of polar opposites to them. I expect polar opposites to beat War Raiders as well.
Dude,
so, yeah,
I would not be surprised if the next challengers were European Union.
Oh, dude, yeah, give it to me. Yes. Yes.
I shouldn't have even said it out loud because now you just be fiending for it for the next 3 months.
I mean, dude, I'm already hard as hell, so what's the harm? So, yeah.
Ron Swanson has reached full mast.
It is my final form. But no, I love that idea, though, dude. And if it doesn't happen, hey, that's cool. Like, I will say this too, and I'm actually glad you brought this up because you could just copy paste this for every match and even the preceding match, the UK Championship. I am just looking for a new guard, new blood. I'm looking for new talents to really step up and make their mark. Because if NXT is a kind of developmental, I look at certain stars they've graduated. So what's going to be the class of 2019 and the class of 2020 and all that?
Exactly.
Like, let's fucking see it.
Does feel like a changing of the guards because, you know, we're losing Aleister Black and Ricochet pretty much for certain. Like those guys have been on the main roster for a month now, and I'm pretty sure this is their last NXT match. I expect that we will lose either the Undisputed Era or Johnny Gargano. And I think you and I both expect that we're going to be losing Kairi to the main roster. So quite a set of people getting called up that have already been called up for sure. Like, let's not forget, just within the last 4 months, we've had EC3, Lars Sullivan, Heavy Machinery, Lacey, and Nikki Cross all called up. Plus, we just had Aleister, Ricochet, and Gargano and Ciampa called up. Now, obviously, Gargano is still in NXT for now, but I wouldn't be surprised if he loses this title match on Friday, tomorrow, if he ends up being a proper call-up, even if it's the 205 until Ciampa gets back. And if he wins, then I think that we're going to get Undisputed Era getting called up. So whoever loses the world title match tonight, you know, as far as the one that we're predicting tonight, the one that's happening tomorrow night, is, I think, getting called up on Monday or Tuesday. Or, you know, we'll see. So there's a lot of people that are on the way out, and that leaves a lot of room for people to kind of show up and show out on the main on NXT.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, man, War Raiders to retain, and then we get to Velveteen Dream. Take it on, bro. Velveteen Dream versus Matt Riddle, and I guess you can go first on this one.
Let me just see the rest of the card. Yes, that means you'll go first for the women's one. That's what I wanted. Okay. Just gonna say this right out of the gate. Matt Riddle's winning. I definitely said
we disagree on this. I think.
Oh man, I thought we would. I knew a disagreement was coming. I honestly thought it wouldn't be until the women's match, though. But we'll see.
I don't know if we're gonna disagree on the women's match, honestly.
Interesting.
I mean, you know what I want to happen coming out of that, but I have a different thing that I expect to happen.
Right. And it's always good to separate, like, you know, what you want and what you think. And I try and do that as well. So I will say also, hey, I don't want anybody questioning my love for Velveteen Dream when I say this, because you all know I love that dude to death. He got my match of the year last year. But I think I do want Riddle to win. Like,
Oh, you want Riddle to win even?
I want Riddle to win, yeah. But I do that, like, Now, look, it's not just because he's insanely good, and it's also not just because of my ego where I said he'd have an amazing rookie year and he'd win a championship, very quickly and go on his run. I look at Velveteen Dream with the North American Championship, and it's not that he doesn't deserve it. He does. I've just never thought of him as a long-term champion. Whereas Riddle, because of his background and everything, I could see him being one of the longest, the very first really long reigning North American champion. Because Cole held it for a little bit. Ricochet, his reign was all right. Gargano's reign was garbage. And I feel like Velveteen's is going to be in a similar vein. I feel like Riddle's really going to be the guy that defines the North American Championship. I'm sorry, Adam. Please don't hate me. But
I mean, I feel like he kind of already did, didn't he?
Well, I mean, yeah, you could, because he was the first ever, and he won it in a ladder match, and he was great defending it. But I mean, just almost in a similar way as Dunne. To me, when Dunne loses that championship, he's going to look naked for a little bit.
Right.
I almost expect Riddle to have a similar run. That said, everybody loses sometime. And, NXT may think, okay, we're going to have Matt Riddle. Because I see this going one of two ways. Either Matt Riddle loses, right? He takes the loss, he kind of refines himself, and then he goes on to feud with, for the NXT Championship. Whoever the NXT champion might be, who they'd have to be a heel, because I just can't see Matt Riddle as a heel. Or Matt Riddle wins and Velveteen Dream, and that's kind of the big question, because I'd love to see Velveteen Dream back in the NXT Championship picture. I'm not like everybody where I just want to see him called up, because he's still so young yet, and he's still one of the best things on NXT. I don't know if, and I hate to be arrogant here, but I don't know if WWE gets what Velveteen Dream is. I feel like that's the type of gimmick, you know what I mean, where they'd being creative and they'd be like, so what is it? What is it about? Is it like a gold dust thing? Do we put him in comedy segments? And it's no, I just, for me, and maybe it's my cynicism, I'm expecting a lot of tone deafness when it comes to his gimmick. And so, it's really a toss-up. I know his reign just started, and that's a big reason why I don't blame anybody that disagrees with me. I just feel like Riddle's got it, man. I just feel like he's going to pull it out. I'm going Matt Riddle to win the North American Championship, but I will say, if Velveteen Dream retains, I will not be angry about it. He is a prospect. He is fucking promising as hell. And again, it is just the start of his reign, so I completely understand it. Just something telling me, man, Riddle's going to have this in the bag. But I'm curious, though, because you do make salient points on here. I mean, you've converted me more times than I've stood my ground. If that doesn't tell you.
You almost made me want to not even plead my case, because I don't want you to change your mind.
Well, no, I'm not going to, because I really am confident in Riddle. I'm just making the case for people that might be new to preview and predictions. This guy makes salient points that I've converted more than I've stood my ground, just to give you an indication of how good he is. So I want to hear why you're picking Velveteen, though, because that really interests me.
The thing is, like you said, everyone has to lose at some point, and I don't think NXT really wants to do the undefeated streak thing with Riddle. So that's one kind of reason for me. Another reason is I just think what you see Velveteen, or what you see Matt Riddle being for the North American title, is what I see Dream being for the North American title. I think
interesting.
Dream and the North American title to me are an absolutely perfect match, because it keeps him out of the main event, so there aren't people being like, oh, Velveteen Dream needs to win the NXT Championship and that kind of stuff, and it keeps him away from the main roster, so people aren't like, oh, Velveteen Dream needs to get called up to the main roster, that kind of thing, and it keeps him on every single takeover because he's got to defend the thing. So
yeah.
It is the perfect marriage, Velveteen Dream with the North American Championship, because he does need to stay in developmental for another year or two, because he does have a lot of improving still to do in the ring. And by keeping that North American title on him, you can put him against guys like Adam Cole, like Ricochet, like Matt Riddle, going forward against guys like Dominic Dijakovic, against guys like Keith Lee, maybe like Trevor Lee or ACH, that type of performer, the workhorse, the guys coming from PWG and Ring of Honor, that kind of thing. And he can get better and better and better in the ring and consistently put on these great matches because of who he's going against, while still being this over-the-top entertaining character and not needing to main event shows. You know what I mean?
That is a very good point. And the strongest case I've made for Velveteen Dream being a fucking star is I think he really does have the WWE style down to a science.
Exactly.
However, again, my big concern, just to double down, I really worry about the tone deafness of Vince and the higher-ups, because all it takes is for them to misinterpret the gimmick as like, oh, we can put him in catering or do some weird stuff with Dana Brooke, and he's dead on arrival. Like it's over. It's over. And I'm so protective of this gimmick, and I realize like being protective, it's like keep them where they are. So no, I totally hear you, dude, and I do agree with your reasons.
Like to me, worst case scenario is Riddle wins, Dream gets called up on Monday.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's I'm not saying that that's an unlikely scenario. I'm just saying that's worst case scenario. And I'm trying to imagine a world where likely and good for everyone somehow manage to meet in the middle. And to me, the thing that is likely to happen and possible to happen that is also best for everyone is Dream retaining, Riddle being pushed down the card just a tiny bit, maybe a feud with like the Forgotten Sons or something along those lines, so that he can challenge who I'm picking to be the world champion in August.
Yeah.
Riddle wins oh my God, I can't fucking speak. Matt Riddle wins the NXT championship at TakeOver Brooklyn 5.
All right.
That's like looking forward. That's my official prediction. I think whoever wins the title tomorrow is going to hold it until TakeOver Brooklyn 5, and then it'll be Matt Riddle.
Damn. I
expect Riddle to hold that title until the TakeOver before WrestleMania 36. So that's like what, an 8-month reign. So that's where I see Riddle. Like I think Riddle is like a Baszler kind of thing.
I told you guys, because like as a huge Riddle fan, the idea that you see that kind of promise in him,
because like to me, like Riddle is almost too much of a megastar and too complete of a performer to be a longtime North American champion. Because again, like I said, the North American champion should be on a guy that you want on every show, but you don't want main eventing. Riddle's a guy you want main eventing.
Oh yeah, like I'm so glad you said that. I'm actually glad we're having this conversation about Riddle specifically because, dude, he was in that, what was it, a Fatal 5-Way, right? And he was one of the stars of the matchup to me. Like, he showed out. And I'm just like, imagine this guy, world champion, in the main event, takeover after takeover. That shit is fucking believable.
Wasn't that the match where he had everyone beat at some point throughout the match?
Yeah, it really seemed, and he had Dream, like, legitimately tapping out, but, like, the referee, like, didn't see it and whatever. So, like... I mean, dude, and especially, too, because WWE, and this is where Riddle is so lucky. Like, I really do feel like even though it took him a bit longer because of the pod issues and everything, Riddle really did come to WWE at the perfect time because they are on such a hard MMA kick with Ronda and Shayna as NXT Women's Champion. And, like, with him being that type of MMA guy that is a legit grappler and can go... Like, they are going to want to get behind this. And the crazy thing is, he's one of the first, like, big MMA guys, you know, because you think, like, Lesnar and all them, that's really a babyface and a beloved babyface. And so they won twice. They fucking won twice. They got a guy that's legit and a guy that connects and has that magnetism with the crowd.
A combination of everything. Like I said, this is why I say he's such a complete performer, because A, has the MMA background. B, he can go in the ring. C, he's not an amazing talker, but he doesn't need to be because his gimmick doesn't require that, and he cuts perfect promos for his gimmick. And D, like you said, he has that connection with the crowd, man. Like it's funny because in a way it's almost RVD-esque in a way that like, not everyone gets it, but the people who do get it fucking love it.
Yeah, dude. This is the guy, both in NXT and when he gets called up, if there's that, there's the word I'm looking for, but whatever. If they receive him the same way that NXT has, they are going to be jonesing for him to be world champion, just like they were in RVD in early 2000s. They are going to be clamoring for that fucking shit. And it's not going to be a flavor of the month thing either. It is going to be a sustained desire until he does it.
Yep.
Oh, fuck, man. Fuck.
I really, honestly, there are two scenarios playing out in my head. One of them is like Vince is just fucking enamored with this guy and can't get him called up soon enough. So they have him lose here and then get called up immediately, like this week, like Monday or Tuesday, and push him. Like if it's on Tuesday, he's winning the WWE title at or by SummerSlam. If it's on Monday, probably won't push him to the Universal title scene anytime soon, but they'll still give him like that Baszler role where he's like upper mid card constantly. Or the option to me is he loses to Dream so that he can win the NXT World title at or by TakeOver Brooklyn 5. Like, those are the only two scenarios that I'm foreseeing for Riddle. And to me, the North American Championship for him is more of an anchor that holds him down.
You know what, brother? I said I wasn't going to do it, but you did it again. Like, you've really sold me on Riddle's path for the rest of 2019. I think I'm going to change my pick.
God damn it. I told you I didn't want to do that.
No, I know, but like, dude, you can't help it when you make strong arguments, and you should never apologize for making strong arguments. Because no, what you see for Riddle in 2019, like, you really, man, this is a championship match, and you should, like, kayfabe-wise, like, buy into the kayfabe, want him to be champion. But, like, do I want him to put on cement shoes when he's, like, soaring for the fucking sky?
Yeah.
I don't think so. So, like, I'm going to switch. I'm going to say, I'm going to agree with you, and we'll go Dream. We'll do it. We'll fucking do it.
Well, no, then, Riddle's totally winning now. So.
Yeah. No, man, I know.
Foster knows too. See, everyone in chat knows. They know there's a historical precedent that when I logic my ass off, convince you to change your mind, it doesn't work.
I mean, dude, you should have just gone to law school and spared all of us. Okay, so if anything, this is an Ashton problem, not a John problem.
It's always a me problem.
But I'm sorry, you're amazing. Okay. But we can move on to our next matchup because I'm really excited for you to go first on this. So
all right. Well, up next we've got Shayna Baszler defending the NXT Women's Championship against Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, and Kairi Sane in a fatal four-way match. And let me just say, this is the match where what I want to happen and what I think will happen are the most different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What I want to happen is Io pins Shayna straight up, no questions asked. And then we get Io versus maybe Kairi, maybe Bianca, maybe Shayna. I don't know, some combination of the other women at TakeOver San Jose. But then, like, that's where I'm like, I get stuck because I don't know what to do after that. Like, I don't know what we would do for Io at TakeOver Brooklyn 5. I don't know, like, when she would drop her title. I just don't know. So that's where, even though I wish she would win, and I wish she would win in a legit way by beating Shayna straight up, like having the champion be the one that she pins, I think it's a lot more likely that Bianca wins this match, and that's who I'm picking to win this match. Because as much as I personally don't think that she should win it, I still expect for her to win it here, defend it against Io at TakeOver San Jose, and then probably drop it to Candice LeRae at TakeOver Brooklyn 5.
Man, how did we get here? Holy shit. Okay.
Maybe so even switch those around. Maybe she defends it against Candice at TakeOver San Jose because they kind of started, like, she kind of planted that seed, like, I want to be the women's champion on last night's episode of NXT. So maybe she gets her title shot at TakeOver San Jose, and then Io wins the title at TakeOver Brooklyn 5. I think I would even prefer that because, again, I do want Io to be NXT Women's Champion sooner rather than later, which is why I want her to win this match. I just don't expect it to happen. And maybe that's for the better, because if she does, I'll be even more happy when she does.
Okay. I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to talk about what I want to happen and what I think's going to happen. I want Bianca to win, really, so that Shayna can get called up. Bianca gets
I agree with that. We both agree Shayna and Kairi need to be called up ASAP.
Yeah. Here's the thing about that. First, let me just finish, like, what I want to happen. Kairi gets called up, maybe does one more NXT event, like her and Io against Boss and Hug at TakeOver San Jose, because a lot of people have been saying that. I want it too. And then Kairi goes, and I would have her hopefully competing for the SmackDown Women's Championship against Charlotte, because, like, I have a whole idea about that, but we'll get into that Saturday at SummerSlam. And then maybe even it goes to WrestleMania 36 because it's in Tampa and the pirate ship, and you've got to do something big with Kairi in my mind. So, yeah, we all agree on that. Great. And I also agree, just to copy-paste so that I don't have to rack my brain about it, everything you said about Io, great. Here's where we hit a problem.
Oh,
boy. This is where I'm an asshole and I ruin everything, because I'm looking at this and I don't want it to happen. Dude, Io is looking so fucking good right now between pinning Shayna a few weeks ago and then ending the last NXT with the championship. But here's the thing. The money shot wasn't Io posing with the championship, although she looked toads adorbs, let's just say for the court. It was Kairi looking at Io. And I'm like, oh, fuck. I think Kairi's winning. They're probably going to do Sky Pirates for a little bit, but ultimately, I think we are going to get our big Io-Kairi feud. because I just saw that and I'm like, shit, NXT wants this, don't they? And they probably really want to hang on to it. I'm Kairi 2-time, because really, here's the thing. I have been saying forever, and I hate myself right now. You have no idea how much I hate myself. That like, oh, it's Bianca's story because, you know, the ref bump and everybody got screwed. But if you really think about it, this was Kairi's story from the very beginning, like her and Shayna starting from the very first NYC. And she got screwed out of that 2 out of 3 falls match, and she got screwed again at Evolution. I think it's going to come full circle. Kairi gets her treasure back from the one woman who's given her more grief than anybody. And
can we at least agree on two things? 2 big things that I think we both agree
2 big things. Okay, what are they?
Number 1, Shayna is getting called up probably this week.
Yes, wholeheartedly agreed.
Which also means she's dropping the title, which I guess that would make it 3 things.
Okay, yes, and we also agree on that.
One, Shayna's dropping the title. 2, Shayna is getting called up this week, and 3, Io is ending up with that title by the end of August.
Yes, we agree on all 3. It's just the roads that we pick that differ.
Yeah,
they
exactly. And by the way, the big reason that I expected to go to Bianca instead of Kairi is because I expect Kairi to get called up. Like, again, I would say Shayna gets called up to Raw, Io, and then Kairi gets called up to SmackDown. Like, that would be my expected call-ups for this week.
Yeah, and I totally get that, dude. And here's the thing. Again, I cannot stress this enough. I want that to happen. I want Kairi to be called up. I really don't see much in her being NXT Women's Champion again outside of the feud with Io. But the thing is, I think NXT looks at the same circumstances that I'm looking at, and they look at that feud and they say, well, that's enough reason for us. And dude, I just, for some reason, think Kairi's
I just had another thought. This is another reason, though, behind me thinking it'll be Bianca, because here's the thing. If Kairi does get called up, I'm trying to piece things together in my mind. If Kairi does get called up, that means she'll be interacting more with Boss Hugs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And there is no WWE main roster pay-per-view set for June right now.
Right.
So what if Boss Hugs versus Sky Pirates happens at TakeOver San Jose and main events that show with Bianca versus Candice happening on the on the undercard?
Oh, ooh, I like that, man.
Yeah,
I like that a lot.
Because like, to me, if you're gonna bring in Bayley and Sasha and have them face Io and Kairi, especially knowing that Kairi is a main roster member at that point, and Io is like the front runner for the women's title, assuming Bianca retains against Candice, that's like, that would almost have to main event the show. Plus, I mean, when was the last time women main evented an NXT Takeover? It was
exactly. Yeah.
So I really like that. To me, now that I think about it, and it's in Bayley's hometown, it's in San Jose, I expect that at this point to happen. I think that we're going to get Io and Kairi, Sky Pirates, with most of the hype actually happening on the main roster because of Kairi being on the main roster at that point. And maybe we even get a moment where like Sasha and Bayley are in the ring, Kairi's music hits, and she's just like, I have a partner, and Io's music hits, and she's like a surprise appearance on this main roster show kind of thing. Because they've done that before. They've had NXT people just show up on a main roster show for like a guest appearance. So that's my like official prediction now. My official prediction for TakeOver San Jose is the show will be main evented by Sky Pirates versus Boss Hugs, and the women's championship match will be on the undercard, but it'll be Bianca defending against Candice LeRae, and then Io beats Bianca for the title at TakeOver Brooklyn 5.
Dude, I've never wanted you to be right more, like, ever, because obviously, like, as a Kairi fan, I fucking adore her. I want her to do everything on the main roster. I want her to have the big feud with Charlotte and the SummerSlam match and the Mania match and everything. I can't take it, dude. Like, this is one time where I can honestly say, like, all joking aside, everything, that I am going to stand my ground here because I just
I'm glad you are, though. I'm glad because and especially because like it's Kairi and like you and her have like this special connection. So I am not going to try and get you to change your mind. And frankly, I hope you're right. Like, as far as if we're going by what I want, I would put Bianca at the bottom of that list. I would rather Shayna retain than Bianca win. But the reason that I'm cool with Bianca winning is because all roads lead to Io in August.
Yeah, and that's, dude, I'm completely right there with you. I just think for Io to get what she wants, she's gonna have to go through her best friend. Like, that is a story made for NXT.
Well, yeah,
and, like,
if they're planning on keeping Kairi, in NXT and not calling her up post WrestleMania this year, that's a perfect story. Yes,
yeah. So I'm gonna say I hope Kairi gets called up. I hope everything you said and everybody that's been saying like Kairi's getting called up and all this. I hope that everybody like in that sphere is right.
And dude, here's the thing: we could even get like, even if that exact same match happens at TakeOver with Kairi as NXT Women's Champion at TakeOver San Jose, I mean the tag match, then you could still have Bianca versus Candice on the undercard for #1 contendership, and whoever wins would then face Kairi on an episode of NXT TV, so that they could build up to Io Kairi at TakeOver Brooklyn 5.
Yeah, maybe even Io comes out to celebrate with Kairi and they almost pull like a KO and Zane. Because, like, I just imagine Io being heel for this.
Oh my God, if Io turns heel, I'm going to die.
I mean, I'm going to die too, mainly from the sadness of Kairi being portrayed by somebody that's...
No, but mine would be from happiness.
Like, yeah, like, that's going to make the live reaction so hesitant because I'm going to be like, oh no, and you're going to be like, yeah! And it's going to be, like, amazing.
Moon, salt, her ass, Io!
And I'm just going to be like, no, I should know. And it's going to be because you're literally going to hear, especially if you have quality headphones, you're literally going to hear my just heart break in half. Just be like, friendship, no. And it's going to be amazing. But yeah, so no, it's so funny how our minds work, dude, because more often than not when we disagree, it's not on the destination, it's about the path taken. Yeah. And so you're going Bianca, and I can't fucking believe this because I want Bianca to win, but I'm going Kairi 2-time.
God,
Kairi
how ironic is it that I have a want and then a completely opposite expect, and you are the exact same way, but your want is my expect, and I want the person that you want to win the least.
Yeah, dude. Only
like if we're making a list as far as wants, it would be, for me, it would be Io 1, Kairi 2, Shayna retains 3, Bianca 4. If you were making a list, though, what would it be? If it's want, it would be Bianca 1, what?
Bianca 1,
Io 2?
Io 2, Shayna 3, Kairi 4. I really want Kairi called up. Like, I really want her called up. So, yeah, like, it's not from lack of love. And that's why I almost feel like I've turned my Kairi fan card in because all the rest of her fans are like, yeah, Kairi 2-time. And I'm like, yeah, but Ocean Championship, though, SmackDown. Charlotte, yeah. And I'm just like, I want other things for her. But we'll see.
That's funny, though, because we are both picking to win the person that we least want to win.
Yeah, man. Only TWitWoW. Only fucking TWitWoW.
Oh, my God.
Can you and I come together to celebrate fucking excellence in the main event? Can we do that?
Yes, because we've got Johnny Failure over here taking on the one, the only, fuck off Ricochet, Adam Cole, baby!
You know what, dude? No, I do get to go first. Holy shit, this is a huge responsibility. First of all, I just got to say, folks, it actually offends me that Gargano thinks he actually has a chance in this match. But I'm going to put that as a look. We are fair people, and we can look at him. Oh my God, dude, that was the cutest sound you've ever emitted from your face. That was fucking precious. Holy shit. But I am going to talk about this match fairly, so I'm going to get all the serious stuff, and then maybe you and I could goof around like the last few minutes, because obviously I have a lot of Adam Cole propaganda I want to shill. But this match is going to be amazing.
Say that out loud. God, send me a message on Hangouts.
Yeah, right? But no, this match is going to be amazing. We know that. Johnny, he fucking shows up and shows out. Like, he's earned the name Johnny Takeover. Like, I know it was kind of a heel thing at first. Nah, it's a legit fucking name. Like, he's earned it.
Only name his ass has earned is Johnny Failure.
Oh man, he is sticking to his guns. That's why.
Don't you love though how the one time he actually wins on a takeover, he loses that title weeks later?
I know, right? What a fucking loser.
Not even weeks. I think it was literally like 2 Wednesdays later, like 10 days later.
And so yeah, it was pretty pathetic. But you know, so we know Johnny, he's good for. He's gonna sell his ass off. He's gonna make Cole look like $1 million. Cole does not get enough credit for everything else he does, because not only does he have like a fun moveset, his body language, like I used to say Orton had great body language, but that was when I was ignorant, because then Adam Cole happened.
That was before you opened your eyes.
Exactly, that was before I was enlightened. Because Adam
Church
Cole,
of Cole welcomes everyone.
Because the way Adam Cole emotes, man, it actually feels good to really praise Adam Cole. Because I know I usually let you have it, and a lot of people praise be Adam Cole. And a lot of people have been questioning, well, John, where is your fandom for Cole? Because everybody remembers when we were briefly covering ROH, I was sucking that man's dick. I was like, Adam Cole, baby, because you can't talk with your mouth full. So I'm like, yeah. And I was fucking in it. And I'll admit, yeah, I did cool off, but dude, and I'm being totally serious with you here. The dude checks every fucking box. Mm-hmm. Coolest faction in wrestling.
Well, except for height, but that doesn't matter all the time.
Honestly, though, dude, I feel like a lot, and I see. It's so funny to me that he gets pejoratively compared to Shawn Michaels because I'm like, if he's Shawn Michaels, he's fucking made because this guy's gonna main event Manias, he's gonna win world titles, and he's gonna be that guy. And to be perfectly honest, I think he's more charismatic than Shawn ever was. At least me watching him, he's got the coolest faction in wrestling. He's got charisma for days. The way he emotes, and I am gonna say it with that face. Okay.
Face.
Yeah, I didn't know if you were holding in a laugh or you were gonna do face, and I'm actually really happy it was the latter. So he has amazing facial expressions. His moveset's fun. He sells his ass off. I think it was that Pete Dunne video where he forearmed. I think it was Cole, right? Yes! It wasn't O'Reilly. Yeah. Sells his fucking ass off.
Backflip for the salad on the forearm. So good.
And here's the thing. And this is where, it gets a little personal for me because I fucking love this dude so much, and I hate that this all happened. Ciampa was a brilliant heel champion. Will never take anything away from his reign. It was a fun fucking run. Here's the problem, though, for me. Ciampa's run, yeah, he had Black Challenge, and the Dream Match was a shit ton of fun, but we all knew it was going to come back to Gargano. The one leg up that I think Cole has on Ciampa, his reign feels like an open field. Where Gargano felt like Ciampa's destiny, Adam's destiny as far as who's going to take it from him, of course, in the Church of Cole, I'm assuming that he retires with the championship. But whoever takes it from him, that's a question.
Adam is a very generous god. He will put somebody over when he decides they're worthy.
Yeah, and when he gets off the phone, Vincent's like, okay, so 5 WrestleMania main events? Actually, no, make it 7. I want to do more than Reigns. And the WWE title? Okay, sweet. Yeah, you could take the NXT title from me. I'm done with this. But I think it's a question mark. And I think that's what the best heel title reigns are. It's like what we've been saying with Bryan a lot, and I can't wait to talk about Bryan on Saturday.
Yeah.
When you feel beatable by pretty much everyone, then just everything looks good. Everything just becomes better. And Cole was going to be
easier to
that
get
NXT
invested
champion.
in your matches too.
Exactly, and that's Adam Cole because you're always going to think with every babyface, can they overcome Undisputed Era? Can they overcome Adam Cole? And dude, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be that
guy. It's almost like a male Shayna.
Exactly, and I'm going to be that guy, dude. I'm going to be perfectly honest, just to lay all my cards on the table. We don't even know if the biggest threat to Adam Cole comes from the inside. We don't know if there's going to be friction in the Undisputed Era soon, and maybe Roderick Strong steps up to Cole, or even Kyle O'Reilly, and they continue their
Kyle O'Reilly! Oh my god!
Right? But that's the beauty of an Adam Cole reign. This dude is so fucking arrogant. I could see him being on a long tear. Guys, nobody could beat me. Maybe even he starts tearing into Kyle and Fish because what were you guys doing out there? You saw me retain my championship, and you couldn't even win a championship, and it's just I could see that too. There is so much possibility with an Adam Cole title reign that I'm going to be honest. When I look on the other side, and I look at Johnny Gargano, I'm going to be truthful. The one name that keeps coming back to me, if we're not going to wait a whole fucking year for Ciampa, which I don't want to do that, if I'm being perfectly honest, the one name that comes back to me, who could destroy Gargano? Dijakovic, maybe. Maybe he could just murder Gargano and become champion. But, I don't have the zest for his title reign that I do.
Yeah, if Lars Sullivan was still around in NXT, I would say maybe him, but he's really not. When you put the title on a guy like Johnny, and it's this scrappy underdog babyface, first of all, the title reign needs to be short. He can't hold it for more than a month or two. And second of all, when he loses it, he needs to get fucking decimated to lose it.
Yes.
Akin to Sami Zayn losing the title to Kevin Owens.
Yeah. Dude, abso-fucking-lutely. I completely agree with you. And so, yeah, I see so much more possibility. And maybe that's me being myopic because, I really have. I don't know, the Church of Cole has converted me. I feel re-energized. I want to support Adam Cole with everything tomorrow. But I really do feel like his title reign is the infinitely more interesting one. And 2 out of 3 falls, I expect ref bumps, I expect shenanigans, I expect controversy, but I think they're going to handle it with aplomb, and I think they're going to handle it fucking brilliantly, that they are going to kill this. This is definitely going to be a match of the year contender to me. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. And Cole winning the NXT Championship, yeah, that's right. I'll say it again. Cole winning the NXT Championship is going to be like a moment of the year.
Isn't that a tautology, though? Like, Cole winning, it's like saying cold ice.
You know what? You are so right. Like, that was on me. That was a John problem there. But yeah, Adam Cole for the fucking win. And more importantly, I just want to remind all the plebs that are like, but it's Johnny's time. He's worked really hard for it. Listen, okay, I'm gonna say this again. Adam Cole is a beautiful human being. Beautiful people do not lie. He told you he was going to be NXT champion. I don't know why this is so hard. Ashton, help them. I can't do this. You gotta explain to them.
I'm sorry, but I do not speak the tongue of those outside of the church.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to ask you to try, because Adam Cole said he's winning. He doesn't lie. He's one of those rare heroes that tells the truth, and we know they exist. There's a precedent. He's not lying.
I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Johnny Gargano couldn't even beat Tommaso Ciampa, and Adam Cole is better than Tommaso Ciampa. So how the fuck is Johnny going to stand even a half of a chance against Cole?
I mean, when you're right, you're right.
Oh, he bought in, baby!
I mean, because that's the thing, man. Like, and another thing, too, I am so excited for fucking Cole, both in this reign and the future. Dude's only 29 fucking... Like, I feel like you... And I'm being serious here. I feel like you and I have been watching Adam Cole forever. That to know that he's only 29 is kind of a mind fuck. I'm not going to lie. Because I feel like we've been watching him for years. And I feel like, I definitely saw him in
dude, it's crazy. I even looked up earlier. Matt Riddle's 33. So I was like, oh man, he's kind of young too. And like, he's younger than Baszler was when he got here. He's younger than Styles and Joe were when they got here. And then you look at Adam Cole. And it's like, wait, this dude's not even 30 yet. And he's already like, this good of a performer. Like, there is no ceiling for Adam Cole. That right there is the only little tiny grain of doubt that I have of Adam Cole winning this match, is if Vince wants to call up him and maybe even also the entire Undisputed Era this week and bring them up to the main roster. That is the only case in which Johnny Gargano would win.
First of all, I just want to go point by point here. I know you're like a die-hard, like I am fucking in this Adam Cole fan. That little inflection you got when you brought him up, it's like, when you look at Matt Riddle and when you look at this guy, but when you look at Adam Cole, and you just said it with like, when you look at the superior being compared to all these other people, I love it. I fucking love it. Secondly, if you are right about that, because I've given that a lot of thought too, dude. Like, we know a call up for him. It's inevitable. You're Adam Cole. Why wouldn't you want Adam Cole on your product? But when he gets called up, to me, it needs to be almost like a Nexus style or Shield style debut. Like, they need to fucking take over.
You mean kind of like they did in NXT when they showed up and beat down Drew?
Yes, they need to do that again. And I don't care if it's Roman or Seth or AJ on SmackDown or I guess maybe Kofi if he's WWE champion. I don't care. They need to lay their fucking asses out and they need to mark their territory, because this is not something... I can't remember the last time. I know a lot of people were saying it during like the Baszler era when he was on NXT, but seriously, when it comes to the whole Undisputed Era as a concept, if you fuck this up, I will physically kill you. Like, it's that important. It's that important. You can't fuck this up. You can't. This is immensely important for everybody involved. For Cole to be that WrestleMania main event heel, for Strong and Fish, even though O'Reilly and Fish, even though I prefer O'Reilly and Strong, as you can see by my slip of the tongue, and for Roderick Strong as a mid-carder, like, I need this to succeed for all of them at that level. But in NXT, it is currently succeeding, and we know that. Personally, dude, I would love for Adam Cole to win here, and then leading up to TakeOver. How many TakeOvers are between now and Brooklyn 5? Like, what? One? Damn it.
It's just San Jose.
San Jose. Well, then fuck it. I guess, you have fucking Strong become North American champion, which all works because I did change my prediction to Dream because you convinced me. And then you have O'Reilly and Fish become tag champions. Like, I want all of the Undisputed Era to hold all the gold. I want them to be the faction to do what I thought Sanity was going to do, but they are 10 times better than Sanity ever was. Like, I can buy these guys running NXT from top to bottom. Absolutely. That's what I want. And
dude,
maybe
imagine Adam Cole just going into Regal's office with the NXT title and being like, hey, Regal, you like having NXT title matches on your takeovers, right? Yeah, you're not getting one unless my boys all get title shots too.
Yeah, and he would do it with that Cole face, you know, when he's just smiling because he holds all the cards, and then Regal would give some dry response that would hurt Cole because he's sensitive underneath, god damn it. But he would ultimately get what he wants. And dude, honestly, because the only reason I said Brooklyn 5 is I could see Adam Cole maybe dropping the title at Brooklyn 5, but fuck it. Why not just end it with them all holding the titles at Brooklyn 5?
Well, apparently Takeover in August this year is not going to be in Brooklyn. It's going to be in Toronto. So every time that we've said Takeover Brooklyn 5, what we've really meant is Takeover Toronto.
Damn. Well, all the same, dude, Toronto is, like I said to you in Rocket League, why I'm excited for SummerSlam, whatever you want to say about, like, Canada, Canadian wrestlers, whatever, passionate fucking fan base.
Yep.
Takeover Toronto ending with Cole retaining his NXT championship and the Undisputed Era crowding around him with championships, having all the gold. Dude, like, how can you not? How can you not? First of all, I'm pitching a fucking tent probably for all of us. Second of all, how can you not look at that on the creative side and be like, maybe I want to do that? No, of course you want to do that. Of course you do. So, yeah, that's what I'm predicting. Cole's going to win here, and by TakeOver Toronto at the end of it, the Undisputed Era, they're going to hold all the gold, and they've even been teasing it. And the only thing that's going to stop the tease is exactly what you said. If Vince picks up the phone and he says, that Adam Cole's a real alpha. I want him on Raw, damn it. And fine, you can have him, but he better be fucking Universal or WWE champion. I do not, dude, and I'm going to say this because we have been honest. We have said, look, we're happy for Reigns the person overcoming everything he did, but Reigns the performer is still susceptible to criticism. I don't give a fuck what the story is. I will not tolerate Adam Cole in the Undisputed Era being fed to fucking Roman Reigns. No. Fuck that.
I mean, we say we won't tolerate it, but like, what are
we will, but it'll be very angrily.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I mean to say. Of course I'm going to tolerate it. Of course we're still going to be here, but it's the wrong fucking call. Like, you don't do that. You don't do that to a future top heel. Fuck that. So, fuck Johnny Gargano. You're a failure. Your wife's a failure. Your fans are probably failures too. Adam Cole, baby! Yes! I've come home, Church of Cole. I've come home. Oh, man, let's do it. Let's do this fucking title reign, man. Let's own it.
Yes! Who's his first opponent at San Jose? Name it.
Oh, shit. I guess maybe Gargano in a return match. I don't know, because maybe it would be Matt Riddle. Either Gargano or Riddle. I don't know. What about you? Who do you got?
Yeah.
What if Keith Lee got it? That'd be crazy. Oh.
I was gonna say, like, whoever wins the Lee Dijakovic feud would be nice.
Ooh, yeah, dude, that's a great idea. Yeah.
But it would almost have to be Lee because Dijakovic has been very heelish.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and I would expect it to go Keith Lee anyway, and I think it could be an amazing takeover matchup.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm already picturing the segment where Keith Lee just lays out the rest of the Undisputed Era while Adam Cole's just sitting on the ramp holding the title, looking on his
perfect idea. He's going to lose the NXT UK title tomorrow night, so Pete Dunne versus Adam Cole for the NXT Championship.
Yes, a million times.
That's ideal.
Yes.
Nailed it.
A million times, yes.
Yeah. Oh, God. It feels so good to be talking about Adam Cole's NXT Championship reign that hasn't happened yet, but is inevitably going to start tomorrow.
Yes. God, he's so perfect. Oh, man. Dragon Man X90. I don't even know the context of the rest of the conversation. Hard work is for people who aren't Adam Cole, damn it. That's what we're saying, man. That's what we're saying. Oh, man. Oh, my God. I'm so fucking stoked for this show. I'm so ready for it.
I know, dude. I'm so happy. I'm so excited for it. Oh man. And by the way, did you hear the report? And this has nothing to do with this show, but I'm excited about it. And I just read this report like last night, really, really late at night. And I'm so stoked. Rhea Ripley maybe getting called up to the main roster soon.
Oh, shit. That's awesome for her. Oh, man. That's really cool, dude. That's really cool.
I just saw it was a tweet that I want to say that Chiefin posted last night.
Oh, okay.
Let's see if I find here. Sean, it was Sean Carpenter that posted it at 3, and it wasn't last night either. It was yesterday at 3:44. Was it yesterday? It might have even been today. No, it was yesterday at 3:44 p.m. WWE is looking to bring Rhea Ripley to the main roster to be a major force in the women's division. WWE sees great potential and have big plans for her. WWE is planning to have Rhea Ripley called up later this year. So, please.
Damn, dude. Yes. I'm here for it. I'm fucking here
I think
for it.
if Rhea Ripley does get called up, this year, she's 100% making a Fave 5. Like, for sure.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah. She is immensely talented. Yes.
So excited.
Dude.
And yeah, Abel, she is. She was already the youngest competitor in the first Mae Young Classic. She's like 22 now, I think. Yeah, she's 22 years old. She'll be 23.
Oh, dude, this shit's so crazy. And like, oh.
And she's already got so much of herself together. Like,
she does, dude.
Little things that she can work on. Like, I personally think that some of her facial expressions and selling are a little bit over the top and cartoonish. But if your biggest problem is that you do something too well and you just need to rein it in a little bit, that's a good problem to have as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, dude, I really loved when she became NXT UK Women's Champion. And honestly, in hindsight, like, I was happy for Toni the person, especially in the midst of things like going on with her personally. But I almost wonder like if that reign should have ended, but it doesn't matter because Ginny apparently is going to win the championship next week. Not a spoiler, just a prediction. And I am hoping that Ginny does. But now that Rhea is going to be on the main roster.
Toni Storm's the fucking golden girl in NXT UK. They're not going to take it off of her anytime soon.
Let me have this. But no, Rhea getting called up, dude. I think that's huge for her.
I was so disappointed when I found out that Toni beat her for that title because I really thought they were going to just have her go on a monster run with it.
I had it in my mind at one point she was going to be the Pete Dunne of the NXT UK Women's Championship, and then Tegan Knox is going to beat her for it.
Like, oh yeah, that would have been cool
in this huge like comeback angle. But yeah, I mean, dude,
I wonder if they're planning on having another Mae Young Classic this year, and they'll call Rhea up afterwards.
Maybe that is interesting because like, dude, I could even see like if they do that, like Mae Young Classic 3, Rhea and Tegan should be the finals, and then Tegan, I guess,
for sure, and Tegan would have to win.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And yeah, then you have
especially Rhea because there's no Io or Kairi in this year that would be in this year's to win it.
I know, right? Yeah, I really am thinking if they do Mae Young Classic again, who's going to be the prominent Japanese talent this year? Because
they'll probably just bring back Mako.
Oh yeah, I'm here for it. Hell yeah. Dude, this is a case where I mean the hype couldn't go up any higher. We're already both at a 10, but now I just want to like streak and jump in the river.
It's like a throbbing 10.
It's a throbbing 10.
It's pulsing.
Yeah, I want to lift a mountain with my biceps. Yes. So I am just like coursing with adrenaline right now. I am so excited for this fucking show. Really excited for live reactions because again, this card is just pristine. And yeah, I can't fucking wait. If you guys appreciated the energy that we threw at this here, please leave a like. I really love the energy coming from you guys too in the chat. You guys sometimes disagreed with us, other times you agreed with us, but always passionate, always having that great energy. And I love it, man. I love it. So leave a like if you haven't yet. We'd greatly appreciate it. We will see you tomorrow for NXT TakeOver New York. Live reactions is going to be fucking insane. Dude, I know. It's like it's Christmas, but we don't have to wait a little bit longer here.
Dude, it feels like the end of an era, doesn't it?
It really does, dude. It really fucking does.
Ciampa's not champion anymore, and even though it's not because he lost it, it's still a thing. Like, Ciampa doesn't have the title anymore. Shayna is most likely losing. Undisputed Era are no longer tag team champions. It's just like, it just feels like a changing of the guard, man, and I love it.
Yeah, and you know, again, like, especially with the women, because I've been saying, regardless of who wins that Fatal 4-Way, I want more Deonna Purrazzo. I want more Lacey Lane. Like, I want more Candice LeRae, and that actually does seem like it's going to happen. Kacy Catanzaro, yes. Mia, yes. Oh, hell yes. That's my son's waifu, after all. So, yeah, shout out to you, Javaris. But, yeah, man, I'm just so excited for the future.
I want all of them versus Io, motherfucking Shirai.
Yeah, Io's just like, feed me. I want competition. I'll try. And then they don't do anything. He was like, I said competition. I know what you said. And you know, it's just amazing. Amazing. So yeah, I'm ready to see people achieve greatness, be psychologically scarred, and everything in between. Like, I am so fucking ready for this takeover. So I hope to see you all there. I better see you all there. I'll know. But yeah, join us.
Mostly because you'll see them in chat or not.
Exactly. And if I don't see you in chat, I'll be like, where's Javaris or where's so-and-so? And then I will hunt you down and I will bring you here by force. But no, in all seriousness, I really do want you guys to come. The energy is going to be insane. I clearly am insane, so I have enough energy for all of us. And it's just going to be a card to remember, guys. Like, this is why I love wrestling. This is when, to me, TWitWoW is at its best, when we talk about things that we are genuinely excited about, and not because it sucks or not because it's really big, like Ronda Rousey's ego or whatever.
Do we want to move our WrestleMania preview predictions back to like 5 on Saturday? Right now it's set to go live at 6, but like G1 Supercard's at 7:30, and we went over an hour for a 5-match card.
Yeah, and this is 18 matches. Yeah, five should work. 5
okay.
is fine.
I'm going to move it back then. I'll update the schedule.
Yeah, for sure. And Paul is just shy of a 10. And I know, like,
he is not that shy of a 10. He's pretty far from a 10. He's like almost a whole point away from a 10.
And Foster's at a 7, which is totally cool. You know, I hope
he started at a 7, so we didn't actually improve his hype for the show at all.
Well, then I'm going to take another crack at it during live reactions. I really do hope to see you there, Foster, you and your beautiful face. And yeah, I love you guys. It's going to be a fun event. Let's see a changing of the guard. And now I'm going to hand it over to Ashton. Any concluding remarks you have, feel free to make them. And it's on you, brother.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Preview and predictions have been a hell of a lot of fun for us. We hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please like the video. Of course, we would appreciate it if you would all put your predictions for this card down in the description. The 5 matches are listed in, or down, I said down in the description. That's because the 5 matches that we are actually predicting are in the description, but we would appreciate it if you would put your predictions down in the comments section so that we could know what everyone else is thinking about this card, this show. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Click the bell icon to get notified and join the notification squad. Follow us both on Twitter. John's Twitter's pinned tweet is what you can reply to ask Q&A questions. You can ask up to 3 unless you're a patron. Then you can ask up to 5. My pinned tweet is the TWitWoW schedule, which I still have to update to make sure that you guys know that we are going live at 5 on Saturday evening, not 6, because we would go live at 6. We would still be on like the middle of WrestleMania preview predictions by the time G1 Supercard starts. And we want to live react to that thing, damn it. So we will be doing live reactions to Takeover New York tomorrow night. Then on Saturday, we're going to be doing the preview predictions for WrestleMania and live reacting to the G1 Supercard. Then on Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we're going to be live reacting all of those days to WrestleMania 35, Post-Mania Raw, Post-Mania SmackDown, and NXT all in a row. Then Thursday, we're going to be doing 5v5s. Then Friday, we're going to be doing a mock Superstar Shakeup. And then the following Monday and Tuesday, we're going to be live reacting to the Superstar Shakeup. So the next week and a half are absolutely stacked because it's TWitWoW Mania, brother. And we are just super excited for pretty much everything. Like even WrestleMania, it's a lot, but most of the matches we're pretty stoked for. So very exciting time to be a wrestling fan right now. Really, a really exciting time to be any kind of fan, because starting not this Sunday, because that's WrestleMania, but the following Sunday, April 14th, John and I are going to be getting up here every Sunday at 11 p.m. Eastern time and talking Game of Thrones Season 8 with you guys. I'm so excited because not only is this the first time that we've ever properly covered GOT on this channel, but it's my first time ever being able to keep up with it and watch the episodes live as they air. I've never been able to do that before because I actually had to catch up on Game of Thrones after season 7 stopped airing already, like after it was in the books completely. So super stoked for that. That's going to be April 14th, 21st, 28th, and then May 5th, 12th, and 19th. May 19th is also Money in the Bank, but it ends by 11, so we're probably going to end up having to do the Game of Thrones thing on like Tuesday that week, and it'll just be like a season 8 episode 6 review plus season in review, something along those lines, but we'll handle that when we get to it. For now, it's April and we've got all kinds of stuff coming your way. I'm excited about it. We hope you guys are. Please like the video, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and of course, if you would like to support the channel, you can do so by buying our merch on Teespring, donating to the Patreon, or sharing this channel and this video. Yes, Abel, John and I will both be live reacting to the NFL draft day 1 later on in the month as well. But that's I'm glad you said that, though, because I'm going to have to add that to the schedule, too, because I think that's a Q&A day. So, man, we've got a hell of a schedule this month. So, yeah, share this video, share this channel with all your wrestling fan friends, and let them in on the best kept secret in the YouTube wrestling community. We are TWitWoW. We are the workhorses of the YWC, and we will see you guys tomorrow night for TakeOver. And yes, it is happening, and you need to stay tuned.